What I want to do first is work from countering the cross-body ride. It just seems like when I'm around the summer working camps, people keep saying, how do you get out of those legs? As an offensive leg man, I want to have my weight on my opponent. I want to be higher than my opponent. To defense this, and I'm going to let Tom work the defensive moves. Number one, he doesn't want me higher than he is. Number two, he doesn't want me on his back or my weight on him. And number three, if you're going to beat a leg man, this is what you got to beat. You've got to beat my legs. You reach around and try to grab my head. You reach back and grab my arm. You know, I'm in heaven. This is when a leg man can really put the heat on you. To beat a leg man, again, you must be able to beat his legs. Now, the move that we're working right now, and I think this is just kind of keeping up with wrestling move, is when I get into a cross-body ride, Tommy is going to hip down and shoot his leg back. Go ahead, Tom. Boom. Notice that what happens is immediately my weight goes to the mat. He's going to shoot his hip back. Now, I have a fairly long leg. I'm in here good and deep. I've got good position. Now, Tom hips down. That leg slips out. Notice that I no longer have the leg hooked. Now, Tom might not get out of here, but he did stop the cross-body ride. Now, he's going to turn towards me and scoot right out, and we come to kind of a neutral position. It's hip down and back. Now, watch what happens when Tom hips forward. If he goes down forward, I'm in heaven. See? This is where I want to be. All my weight's on him. I've got a lot of pressure. That's one common mistake. The next common mistake is you have a tendency to turn to your side rather than hip down. I'm still in good shape as a leg man. Now, this time, Tom is going to hip and down. Leg slips out, turns to the side. He's out. The best way to develop this is to practice it, practice it, practice it. The key to good leg wrestling is drilling. The key to good work on your feet is drilling. Too many people just throw their legs in when they're in trouble. The key is to practice these moves. Watch it again. Hip down and back. Boom, out, and he's around. I think it's important that your team know how to do this, not only to counter legs, but if we're in a freestyle match and I get Tommy flattened out, he hips down to stop me from throwing him over. And you get that leg to pop out to the side so I can't get the pressure. So the first counter that we showed was hip down and back. Hip down, and I want to emphasize the idea that we're moving back. Now this time I have a good position on Tom. This is what we call a hip rotator. Tommy's going to lift his knee up and kind of throw me off his hips. As he does that, I plant my foot here for balance. Tommy's going to grab the foot and sit through. He ends up right back on top of me. Notice by just rotating his hips, I started out on top, I end up on the mat. Watch it again. Now notice he just quickly comes up, catches, goes. Ends up on top. A common mistake when doing the hip rotator is that the bottom man has a tendency to put his head on the mat. Now notice that Tom does not put his head on the mat, but he rotates his hips, just reaches over, catches the ankle, sits through, ends up in good position. This time again, I'm in a cross-body right position, and Tommy's going to initiate the action to get me off his back. He's going to get what we call a free leg over. This is the free leg. He'll grab my leg, shoulder roll right over his fanny. Go ahead. With just one move, I end up on the mat, he ends up on top. Now he's going to turn inside, he come right up, and he has a leg on me. This is called a high leg or a free leg over. I'm in here, I got good position, he grabs the leg, go ahead, takes it right over, ends up right in this position, turns inside, he's got me right here on the back. Remember, as an offensive leg man, I want to be higher than my opponent and on top of my opponent. This time, this is a move that I learned up in Alaska. And I first looked at it and thought, gee, this doesn't look very good, but it's pretty effective. Now watch what Tom's going to do. He's going to lift his butt off the mat and shoulder roll. Look what happens. Throws that old leg man right off your back, throws him to the side, and you're able to come up on top. Watch it again. I'm in here again. Leg it up, go. Man, I don't like that move. It takes me right out of the position that I really felt that I wanted to be in. The key is, if you want to beat a leg man, beat his legs.